2 drug dealing phones off the table. Let me act like a fucking citizen.
We have a drug dealer on today for our listeners.
Yeah, damn.
Welcome back to The Struggle.
Got hot for no
with
reason.
Candice Thompson. I am Candice Thompson. To our new listeners who are just joining for the first time, The Struggle is a podcast where we talk about the struggles of adult life. And we have new guests on every week, and we talk about what they're struggling with in hopes that we can laugh at it and also make you guys laugh at the same time. If you are on social media, you can find me at Jokes by Candice. And you can find my touring dates at CandiceThompsonComedy.com. Now I'm going to introduce my co-host, who is laughing, and I'm going to punch him in the face, Mal Hall.
Thank you, Candice Thompson.
I feel like we've done this before.
My name is Mal Hall. My website is malhall.com. You can find me on all social media at Mal Hall and YouTube, Mal Hall TV. New content Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
That's new content every Monday, Wednesday?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. New content, vlogs, and such.
We can't wait. Now I'm going to introduce
the guest,
our
Candice.
hilarious guest for the day. He's a comedian. He's an actor. He's a fantastic impressionist. Put your hands together for Affion Crockett.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the intro. Thanks.
You're welcome. Where can people find you, Affion?
You can comfortably find me at Affion Crockett on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I am on all social media, and I have a good time on there. Comfortably. I'm going to sip some water now. Wet my palate.
He's timid. We'll loosen him up as the show goes on.
Yeah. I'll loosen up.
So
I'll get funny.
What's your struggle, Candice?
I'm going to do an unstruggle this week. I'm going to do an unstruggle because I've complained about the struggle for so long, and now it's finally going away. And I want to talk about it for a second. I have kicked my roommate out, and I am going to be living by myself come October 1st.
That's pretty dope.
And everyone who's been listening to this podcast knows that I complain about him regularly. And now it's alleviated. But that's a fair amount of time.
Was it a smooth exit transition?
I mean, as smooth as it can be, I feel like. I knocked on his door. And give me you guys' feedback if you feel this is an appropriate way to end a relationship like this. But we've been living together for over 4 years now.
Oh, wow.
And I sent him a text the week before, and I said, we need to have a talk. Huh?
Please tell me it was just emojis that he had to figure out.
Yes.
A scavenger hunt eviction text.
He had to decode. It was my foot, the butt emoji,
And an arrow.
and a door,
The puff of smoke
luggage.
emoji.
Yes.
A suitcase emoji.
A plane.
What'd you text him?
I texted him. I said, when you get back, we need to have a talk about the living situation, which I think is like but that was just a heads up for it. That was just the planting the seed.
Were y'all having beef before that? Or like
Not beef.
Disagreements?
Not beef, but like it was more so I had to have talks with him on a couple of occasions, but then it just got to the point where I was having to repeat myself so much, and he wasn't obviously listening to what I was saying and my complaints because he kept the behavior up.
What was the conflict?
Conflict was he's just inconsiderate. Like he would break shit of mine and not replace it, not even tell me about it. And then when I would question him about it, got really like defensive. He would eat my shit. He hasn't done this in a minute. He would eat my shit and then not tell me or drink my shit. He ate an edible of mine that I just had in the refrigerator.
As an adult, what does he break around the house? That's like
My wine
dishes?
glass.
Oh yeah, dishes.
Oh yeah, a bowl, and then didn't tell me. And I'm like, well, and then when I asked him, I said, well, what happened to this other wine glass? Oh yeah, I may have broken it.
I may have
come in contact with the broken glass at some point.
Me plus gravity equals I don't know where the wine glass.
I don't know what happened to your wine glass.
Derivative of floor.
Yes. So like me having to ask, like I shouldn't have to ask you.
Right.
And then when I do, it's like, well, just replace it. And then he gets all you're a better person than me, I guess. Well, obviously, but also, what does this have to do with it? Just replace my shit. And then when he replaced it, he brought back one that doesn't match the
Kroger.
rest of them.
It says Kroger on the side.
Yes.
Enjoy your wine.
It's a, yeah. So you got this from
It
Six
was from a
Flags.
charity event.
It said 99-cent store on the
It
side.
said Arco.
Yeah.
Arco on the side.
It was plastic. This one will never break.
Comes back with a red solo
And it was
cup.
maroon.
Like, sir. So yeah, stuff like that. And then he takes stuff and then puts it in his room that does, like, we have a fan, because, we talked about this before, but my place doesn't have air conditioning because it's just such an old place.
Kind of like this room.
Kind of like this room. I live here, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then he's right next door, actually. He's listening to this whole thing.
That's why the door's always open.
So you can have some airflow.
You're always ready for him to leave.
So, like, he took, just recently, I had a fan in the living room that was just for the living room. He takes the shit and puts it in his room and doesn't even ask. Like, he took a lamp that was in the guest room and then put it in his bedroom.
So had he heard? Did he hear you like complaining about him on the podcast?
If he listens to
Or
this
does he-
podcast. No, he
So you didn't give a fuck if he listened or not?
No, fuck no. I talk about him on my Instagram stories. I don't give a fuck. Especially now. It's like, you already know you on the way out. So I just was like, I can't take it. So when I had the actual conversation, I knocked on his door and I was just like, and then he brought that cat into my apartment for 3 months and it like vomited everywhere, ruined my couch. It was the whole thing. Anyway, so I told him, I said, I'm just not happy with this living situation, and I haven't been happy for a long time now. And then he was just kind of like, is there anything I can do? And I was like,
Leave.
no, you've done enough. You've done
leave.
enough.
And
Get your roller
actually-
bag and your kitty cage.
And get the fuck out. Yeah. So then, like, I gave him 2 months, and then he came back and was like, I just realized, like, that's kind of close. Can you, like, give me till October? And I was like, whatever, fine. But, like, 2 months is
I need
plenty
to
of
sell
time.
my cat for rent.
I mean, that is the kind of situation that I'm dealing with. He was always late with my money, too. Like, when he owes me money on the first of the month, it's like very rarely that he gives it to me on the first of the month.
but your name is on the lease of the house, so it's like,
No, well, actually, I don't want to even say this on the podcast,
Okay.
just on the slim chance he is listening to this,
Gotcha.
but I'll tell you later about that situation. But yeah, so I'm going to be roommate free for the first time, like, since my first year of living out here. So,
How'd you do it for 4 years though?
so I'm very
tolerate
patient.
that?
I'm an impatient person, but I can be patient with certain things. And if I had known that this were the behaviors, I would never have let him in the first place. I just didn't want. I knew my old roommate was moving out, and I would rather live with someone that I know because I know this person. You guys know him. You know him. I'll tell you. Do you know who? I'll tell you after the podcast. But yeah, so I wanted someone who I knew rather than a complete stranger off of Craigslist or some shit. So I was like, you can move in, and because he was getting out of
and
a
it's
relationship.
nice to pay like half rent.
Yes, that too. But now it's like, it's so not worth it. I would rather pay. You're so terrible of a person that I would rather double my rent.
You can't put a price on peace.
Yeah,
No, you can't. So I've earned it. So yeah, that's my unstruggle for the week.
that's cool.
Thanks, guys. Mal, what's yours?
I don't know how to I'm not an effective packer. I overpack.
Are you?
Yeah.
I do
I
the
thought
same
you'd have
shit.
this down by now. You travel so much.
No. I just take. It's half because I'm black and I need to bring all my shoes, and then it's half because like. It's half because like I hang out with girls, so I bring out like a bunch of different options. Like you never know, you might need a suit. You never know. It's like you're going to a tropical place, but you might need it.
You never know.
You might need a parka.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a snowsuit. You might end up.
Snow.
You
in the
might end
Bahamas.
up leaving
Yeah, and it's like
and flying to Antarctica. You never know.
Yeah, then I'm packing or
Yeah.
checking like 2 bags, and
Yeah.
it's like I end up only using stuff from the one bag.
Of course.
But that's it.
But you're gonna have to pack. Could you leave for Australia
Tomorrow.
I mean, by the time they hear this, you'll be back.
Yeah. But I'm like packing right now.
You have to pack for a
Oh,
month.
you're moving.
Like,
Yeah,
for like
no,
a month, basically.
Yeah, he's gone for the month.
Yeah, you're shipping some stuff.
Basically, yeah.
When you leave here right now, like you're gonna go ship
I'm gonna
a pre-box.
Yeah.
couple pairs of shoes
Of
there.
just
Just,
shoes.
just shoes.
What is the protocol for leaving for going away for a month? I've never been anywhere more than like 2 weeks, I don't think. So how do you pack for that? Do you pack and you just wash and you do laundry while you're there?
I'm a pack for like a week and a half.
Do you have 30 pair of underwear to just take with you?
No, I'm honestly taking like 9 pairs of underwear.
That's all?
You got to go to Target right now. And just,
No, yeah, because I'm gonna wash. I'm gonna do laundry. 9 pairs.
9 pairs is what I travel with like all the time.
That's a week plus 2 days.
No, I know, but that's what I take even if I'm gone for like 2 days.
Yeah, but what if?
You never know.
What if? Though?
never know.
What if your bag gets lost and you lose the 9?
Yeah.
You got to have an extra
Backup
4-pack in your backpack.
Backup draws.
You got to have backup.
I'll put one pair.
Carry-on drawers.
I'll put one pair in the backpack. I'm gonna tie it on the outside so I know when it comes to the check luggage. No, that's mine. That's mine, Claire.
Tie it around your neck like a bandana. You know the paranoid people wear the masks on the plane? Like, wear your drawers like over your face.
Hugo Boss just on my face.
You're going to have the imprint of Hugo Boss on your forehead when you take it off.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me? I don't
Calvin
want to get
Klein.
sick either.
But you're ruining like one of the perks of being a man. You know, one of the perks is that you don't have to pack a bunch of shit. Like when we were in Montreal, there's a male comic who met us there at the festival, and he showed up with one backpack.
White dude.
Brazilian. Oh, he was here, Rafi.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
Rafi. He came. I had not seen him with his luggage the whole entire time until we were leaving to go to the shuttle to go back to the airport. And he gets on the shuttle with a backpack, and I was like, "Where's the rest of your stuff?" And he was like, "This is it." And I was like, "You lucky
He's
bastard."
A minimalist.
He is. He has to be. But I feel like he probably is reusing draws.
Did he perform in like all black the whole time?
Yeah, did he wear the same outfit the entire
I don't know.
time?
I honestly don't know. But also, I do know that we did a taping there. So like when they send you for tapings, they're like, you can't wear this, you can't wear this. And then when you show up for the rehearsal and they're like, bring your option so we can see which one looks best on camera. I'm like, you brought one
He
option.
brought his backpack.
Like, I got this.
And that's all I
It's
got.
on.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I'm the kind of black dude that has
The sneakers.
sneakers, and then I got the clothes that match the sneakers.
Yeah.
So it's like if I bring these 5 pairs of shoes,
Yeah.
I have to bring these
You have to
outfit
bring
options.
the matching shirts,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
corresponding
yeah.
belts.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well,
It's a hat. It's a problem. It's a problem.
situation.
Well,
It's a
what's
problem.
tough for also because we perform when we go out of town is that we have day clothes and night clothes.
Yes,
Which
that
most
too.
people don't have to worry
That
about
too.
that. But we like, especially if it's hot where we're going, like there's no way I can wear this
You gotta
throughout
have
the
two.
whole entire day. Yeah.
Like I have a whole NCAA March Madness style bracket
Of clothing.
for my jackets. Which 4 jackets are gonna make it?
You do have to draft your coats.
It's so
And then you
stupid.
walk around the house with it on just to feel like, is it too warm? Does it look good? Is my swag right?
Is this in season? Like, but that's
Is
a
it still in
struggle.
Are you
style?
as anal as Mal when you pack Affion?
Yeah, I'm
You're just the
laughing
same?
because
You relate.
I totally relate. And it's confusing. Like, my chick would be like, "Yo, why do you take 4 hours to pack? Like, just throw some shit." I'm like, I cannot do that. Especially when it's performance, because again, I'm
Right.
like, all right, if I have 6-show weekend, then it's like, all right, I got an outfit for every show. I sweat a lot, so I got to think about that. I don't want to wash my clothes in the sink. So
Is that
I
what
got to
people
bring
do?
fresh.
Some people do.
You got to wash your drawers. Sometimes, I didn't.
Well-
I used to stay in the Holiday Inns
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I was featuring.
Right.
And that money wasn't that great.
No.
So I don't even think I had 9 pairs of drawers
At the time.
to my name. So I had to recycle them 4,
Yeah.
a couple with the holes in them.
Those-
And yeah, you get that
4
sink.
4 turn into 8.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you turn them inside out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to invest.
Does your shirt say your name on it?
It does. It's called branding.
It's dope.
It is branding.
Huh?
I
just
think it's
noticed
sick.
that.
Yeah, man. ASIF.
It
As
looks.
seen in the future.
I thought it said NASA on the front for a second. I was like, are you an
Nah.
astronaut?
It's a flipped logo. A friend of mine, Rich One, he designed for a bunch of different brands, but he has his own brand called As Seen in the Future.
Oh,
And we were doing some collaboration ideas.
Asif. I know a guy named Asif. Shout out to Asif Ali.
Do you really know a guy named Asif?
Yeah, his name is Asif Ali. He's on Rec, that show on either TBS or I think it's TBS. Rec. Shout out to him. I'll have him on
dope.
one day. Anyway, let's get into
out to two
Affion
people's names. Yeah,
struggle. Oh yeah, you are repping both, and his name is bigger than yours.
Facts.
What's your struggle, Affion? What you struggling with?
My struggle is right now is discipline. Like I've been telling myself for the last 2 months I'm gonna work out. Right, getting older.
Yeah.
Want a different body.
I don't know what you're talking
you always.
about.
I know what I'm talking about because I look in the mirror every day and it's like, you know what? God damn it, I can have a better body than that.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing all these IG dudes with the, they got the shakes and the this and the that and and they got 1,000 million likes under their picture and they abbed up and I'm not that.
So you don't think you could get that amount of likes if you didn't, unless you had those abs?
This is not. The thirst trap pictures always get the most likes.
They do, and I don't understand that because they're the ones that get criticized the most.
I know.
Like,
look, we criticize the women too, but we still like their pictures.
Yeah.
It's infuriating. I'll post like something that's like profound, like a real thought, or like
3 likes.
Right.
No one gives a fuck
No
about
one cares.
profound thoughts
I hate it.
and
Ass,
self-help and
Titties, ass, titties.
Titties.
and abs for dudes.
And abs for
That's
dudes.
it. That's all they care about. You don't have to have a chest.
Right.
Yeah.
If you just have abs, you're good.
And I've never been an ab person. Like, I don't care about guys. I don't want like a dude that's like completely out of shape because I like to, stay fit as well. But abs have never, I don't think I've ever dated a guy with abs.
I was an ab
And
guy
I don't think I ever need it.
From 16 to 23, and then I discovered drinking, and then
Your ab window.
I became a party pouch guy.
I discovered red velvet cupcakes.
Yeah.
Then I became the skinny fat dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But with age, I'm starting to have problems with my back. So I'm like, all right, I got to work on my core. I got to
Right.
do the whole, man, listen.
So do you have a personal
I be
trainer?
on stage sometimes. No, I don't have a fucking personal trainer.
But why don't
That's
you
my
do it?
struggle.
But-
I have no discipline.
But if you had a personal trainer, they would then
I
be
still
there.
wouldn't go. He'd be like,
Really?
hey, nigga, it's 9 o'clock.
The check is clearing, dog, but do you want to get any of this training?
I appreciate the amenities.
Yeah.
Appreciate the change.
But don't you feel because if you have someone there as accountability that you would show up because you don't want to, you're paying for it, number one.
No, for the first 2 weeks, I'll be gung-ho. And
First
then
2 weeks.
I always figure out a way to fuck it up and to not go.
What happens is, like, an event will happen, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll just skip working out today because I'm going to go to this party or
And
whatever.
today turns into 8
Right,
years.
into-
Yeah, basically, yeah. Basically,
years.
yeah.
Facts.
Dude, I'm in the same position as you. Like, I'm like,
You guys are the same guest today.
I'm like, yeah,
We really are.
I'm ashamed of my body.
Are you?
Dude, like,
Are you ashamed? You're ashamed too, Affion?
I wouldn't say ashamed, but I'm not gonna whip
Confident.
off my I'm not confident. I'm not gonna whip off my shirt and be like I'm a flex on the beach and all
Right,
that
right.
kind of shit.
Okay.
Like I went to a pool party over the weekend, and it's
He
like,
wore a jumpsuit,
yeah, they're like,
a
Mal,
hazmat.
why are you wearing your jeans into the pool? Like, look at
You
this,
guys,
I'm comfortable like
you guys
this.
don't understand.
Yeah,
Completely.
no, but it's like,
You
yeah,
have on a denim jacket in
Yeah,
the
what?
pool.
In the pool.
You're wearing coveralls in the pool. So I'm trying to like, I'm getting my summer 2019 body started now.
In the summer of you know you can work on it now.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm starting. I'm starting now.
He's gonna be ready for 2019.
Like I literally
It's gonna
packed.
take you a whole year to get ready.
I'm gonna go for 2020. I'm gonna make it a monumentous occasion. 2 years. 2020, I'm gonna be a whole different body.
I have summer bodies on election years only.
'Cause that's where you're gonna need it.
Like I look fantastic when the Olympics come around.
Yeah.
Every 4 years.
Every
Right.
four, the summer
Every
Olympics,
fall.
to be clear.
You guys know when the
Now
eclipse
for me, it's the
comes?
winter.
Oh,
I got
wear a
eclipse body.
body.
So, So Mal, you like drinking is yours, but so like, what do you feel like? Is it food for you that like is your
Yeah, I have a sweet tooth.
a sweet tooth?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it is the red velvet cupcake.
Yeah, for real. Like I'm ice cream. I do all the dumb shit. Like I have no other vices. Like I don't do
Drink.
drugs.
You don't
or
drink,
I
right.
don't do none of that.
And have you
What?
ever
Pastries? Nah.
you never smoked and never drank? Was there anything specific, like a specific reason why you never got into that?
Yeah. Family was all like drug addict. Not drug
That's a
addict.
good
I had
reason.
a drug addict in the family, but alcoholism was definitely
Right.
still to this day. Like it's an ongoing thing. and
Right.
I'm actually dealing with the effects of it right now, and like there's a situation happening currently, and it's something that I said, when I build my own household and when I have my own my wife and kids, it's something I don't want. I
Right.
prefer to not be
Have to deal with.
Right.
part of it. So,
My mom is always like, she's like, alcoholism runs in our family. You can't drink, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but like, I'm in control of it.
You would have.
It's
I
not
feel like you would
that-
have been an alcoholic by now.
Yeah. I'm just like a social binge drinker.
Yeah. I go out every night socially,
I can stop
and
anytime I
binge.
want.
Most of the time, it's just like at parties, like working in this business, you meet certain people and then you get invited to things and it's like open
Right.
bar and you're like, fucking awesome. And you're trying to get back all the money you spent in your 20s
on alcohol.
at the free parties.
In 1 hour and a half.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid. My mom is the same way because we have alcoholism in our family as well. My mom's mom was an alcoholic, and then she also has a brother that is still coping and dealing with alcoholism. And so in college, my mom was always terrified. She was just paranoid, I guess. But she didn't think my sister was doing drinks. She just thought it was me. Like, she came over to our apartment one time. I think it was a sophomore in college. She came over our apartment, and we had a party that night before. Our friend Shonda had come over and invited all of her softball friends to have a party. So there's all these liquor bottles everywhere, even in my bedroom. And my mom didn't know this. My mom shows up the next day, comes in the apartment, goes in my bedroom, and sees me sleeping with liquor bottles everywhere. She goes back to my sister. Is Candice an alcoholic? And I was like, I
The
did not.
setup was real.
Oh yeah, she came with it was a perfect storm.
She's like, we need an intervention. No.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
no, Mom, I'm fine. And
Yeah.
she thought I was an alcoholic for like years. And you see the way I drink.
Right, right.
I can drink 2 drinks and I'm nice.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
If you give Candace like a bottle of whiskey and go, smell this, she will be buzzed like right after.
I would too.
Yeah.
Like, you can't give me like rum cake or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
'Cause I'm like, oh, it's sweet. It's just,
Yeah.
And you'll eat the whole
Shit.
thing and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, Affion.
nah, I could take one bite and I'll be like, oh, I'm fucked
I'm
up.
good.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm lean.
I thought you didn't drink.
This
Doc.
shit's strong.
You just had some pound cake.
You just had a spoonful. Hey, nigga, this shit lit.
Who gave Affion fruit cake?
No, but will you eat like the rum cake? Will you eat that, or
Nah,
you
that shit
you don't
tastes
fuck with
nasty
that
to me.
because
I don't
of
even like the taste.
because of the rum?
The rum.
Yeah. I don't like the taste.
All right. Do you do like champagne toast?
Nope.
Cider.
I don't, sparkling apple cider, cranberry apple cider.
Yeah.
I'll stretch.
Yeah.
Am I making this up? Are you like Jamaican?
Trinidadian.
Trinidadian, that's what it was. Because they have rum cake
Which
there,
is a
huh?
very, it's a drink culture.
That's
Yeah.
that's a
Wine
rum.
and-
That's a rum.
Rum,
Area,
wine and rum. Red wine,
Yeah.
for sure.
So you mentioned when we weren't recording that you were in therapy.
Facts.
And first of all, I would like to applaud you because a lot of men don't like going to therapy. They don't think it's necessary.
And
And
black
also
men.
black men specifically.
Yeah.
So thank you
Well,
for
thank
doing
you.
it. How long have you
But
been?
I don't take any, it's nothing special. I feel like as men and as black men, we were taught to suppress emotion. Like,
Right.
you scrape your knee at 2, get up, stop crying,
crying.
all that
Stop
type
being a
of stuff.
pussy, right.
Stop being a pussy, be a man up. And so, we just weren't taught, and a lot of people don't take time to unpack their shit
Right.
and really realize, we're dealing with just a whole lot of suppressed emotions. So even like alcoholism in the family or whatever happened in your past, it stays with you.
Right.
And to know that, like even with me with dating, like I had to realize I'm just not good at dating.
Oh,
and so
no.
in therapy, I'm like, why am I so ready to push the eject button? And I had to go back to, I'm a military brat, right? And I'm not saying this is the sole reason,
Right.
but it is a reason.
Yeah.
I'm a military brat. Every 3-4 years, my family had
Moves
to move,
on.
like unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then within that 3 or 4 years, you connect, you make friends. And,
Yeah, and then you gotta say
and those
goodbye.
are formative years. And then you don't know
Absolutely.
when their family has to go
Wow, yeah.
get ripped out of your life. And,
Right.
That's
and
real.
it feels like that. Like it feels like my best friend just got ripped out of my life.
Right.
And so, but you don't realize how that stays with you. So you develop this shell, this hardness, this toughness, and then when it comes to someone in a relationship, when it looks turbulent, it's like I'm
Push
out.
them away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's easy. It's like I'm good. And then also, you push them away because of that abandonment feeling of abandonment from that military life.
Right.
So you purposely don't get close to people.
Yeah.
It's some Goodwill Hunting shit, like
Wow.
real talk.
That's deep.
Yeah.
So like What's the
Unpack. Unpack your shit.
What's the longest relationship you've been in?
3 years.
Wow, so it's like literally
It's like a routine.
To the number.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about that is I never found stability until I moved to LA because I was always moving around.
Yeah.
So I never was in a place long enough to have a long-term relationship. You know what I mean? So when I got to LA, I finally had one relationship that lasted for 3 years. But, in this town, it's really tough. Even without all that shit,
Right.
the baggage. LA is just its own dating obstacle in itself.
You don't need to. I think this is the
we
first
need to go down
time-
that struggle.
I think this is the first time I haven't mentioned the dating struggle in LA.
It's a
It's
thing.
challenging.
It's a thing. But 3 years is my longest.
Sorry, girl, I gotta go. I got orders. You're not in the military, Affion. Yeah, but I got orders. I gotta go.
I'm being deployed, bitch. You are now foreign land, ho. I don't mean that. If any of my exes are watching, I don't mean you specifically. I was piggybacking off.
Do you still have good relationships with your exes?
Some.
Some of them?
Yeah.
Some of them never,
Yeah, I mean, some of them, respectfully, if
Right.
they move on and they're married or whatever, you don't want to keep being in their life and shit. Like,
Why not?
I have good relationships with all of my exes. What?
You would, Mel.
What does that mean?
He's such a fucking nice guy.
Yeah, you don't seem like you get mad at anything. You're just like
Is
this
that-
constant all the time. Like it seems like you're just fine with everything.
So let me ask you this: if you have such great relationships with them now, how come? What was the problem? Like, why didn't you stay with any of them?
Well, I was young, so I had to learn. Like, these girls are smart. They all broke up with me.
Yes.
But it was like for reasons like they asked, "Hey, I need more time from you," and I was like, "Well, I'm trying to do comedy. I'm not going to give you more time. So you should find somebody that'll give you more time." And they're like, "Okay."
They sounded like comedians.
Yeah.
I need more time.
Basically, yeah.
No, I'm running this light. I'm running the light. I'm
So,
staying in this.
He was lighting up.
She's like,
all
nope.
his exes.
Yeah,
I'm staying in 5 more years.
No, get off stage, dog. But yeah, so I've like it's all like amicable. Is that the word? Splits. Like we're all
Amicable.
Amicable.
Yeah, that was a word you struggled with on a previous episode.
Amicable.
Amicable.
Amiable and amicable he combines the two.
But yeah, I don't like when you guys break up with people. Do you delete all the pictures of you and that person?
I've done that before.
I've never broken up with anybody.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
I've always been dumped. I think I broke up with one person one time, and it wasn't even like a real relationship. We were dating for like, I think maybe a month. It was me trying to date a friend, and I just wasn't really attracted to him, so we didn't even like kiss. And then I was just like, this isn't working.
yeah.
And then I just left. But no.
I don't get it when people delete all the photos.
I do. It depends
I
on
get
it depends on the hurt in the imagine if you were with somebody for like 5 years or more and you really loved one another, but then you could, if you cheated on somebody, you know what I'm saying? That's
understand that.
something despicable,
I
right?
understand
Or when they've done something that hurts the shit out of you.
Right.
Like you don't
Right.
want to want to see their face.
Yeah,
You don't
because it
want
triggers.
You don't
Mel
want
might
the
be dead inside.
association.
Are you dead inside, Mel?
No, I just like looking back. I think all those photos, and the iPhone has like really devalued photos, right? But like if you look back at yourself in that and think about yourself in that time, like 5 years later, you could see yourself and who you were at that time, and the people that you were with are part of that time. And to me, it's cool to look back and think about all the stuff you didn't know then that you know now.
Of course, but
And
like
to
until
see it.
that healing time has happened, I don't
Right.
want to see your face,
Right.
right? Like if you hurt me, and then I don't want to look
And I
at
don't
you.
want people scrolling down my page saying, "Oh, you got a girl?
Right, that
This
too.
your girl? Nah, it's not my girl. We broke up.
Right.
She got
Right.
deployed.
Yeah, that's a whole. She's in Afghanistan now, so
She's eating sea rations,
All right, that makes sense.
running around in BDUs.
That makes sense.
Not to be confused with BTUs, which
BTU.
are non-existent in this room.
the British thermal units.
Yeah,
I do think that's what it is, but
I'll Google it later.
yeah, we'll Google it.
Just because.
That's the first thing that popped into my head. I could be wrong, but so were you about to say something, Mel?
I was gonna see if you had any other struggles besides discipline.
I mean, shit. discipline, dating. Sometimes I procrastinate. I'm sure creatively y'all can attest to this. Like if you have an idea for a script and you're like, I need to really.
Nope, I knock it out that same day.
Well, fuck you. Oh, goody two shoes, overachiever.
I'm so kidding. I do not.
Nah, but yeah, it's like one of those things where I know that there's money in this idea.
Right.
All I need to do is complete it.
It's
And
right.
the shit just,
Well, I think what it is
life
with
happens.
right with that, it's like because whatever the result is not tangible at the moment.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I could
It's
see
all
it in front.
promise.
Yeah, it's like this could sell.
Give me that script.
Right.
Man, we're going to see.
Yeah.
We're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
We gonna see.
You got something on your hands. Fuck 'em.
But yeah, like we don't know. Like we write shit all the time, and it's like, but we don't know what it's gonna give us at the end of it. So
Yeah.
I like having a deadline though, because I'll procrastinate up to the deadline and I feel like I do my best work
yeah,
in the last 8
24
hours. Like,
8.
like, because I have to. It's like, okay, I said it's going to be done by this time.
Yeah.
I'll get it done.
Crunch time is a real
Yeah.
thing.
because there'll be repercussions
Right.
if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Procrastination for me has always been something like I've gotten, I think, better than I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like it's something that I'm never going to get good at. I feel like it's just, I'm complacent in my procrastination.
You've accepted it.
I have accepted it. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything that I feel like if it hasn't changed now, it's not going to change.
Right. Right.
Is that a good thing or should I work on it?
I don't think I'm not working on my procrastination. I just let people know up front.
I think we all procrastinate. I legit think that's a common thread in most people.
Yeah, people will send me stuff to read, like scripts and shit. And I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
disclaimer comes out. Like,
Right.
yo, I read really slow.
Yeah.
And I may not even get to yours.
That is another thing that I'm having an issue with is like my comprehension. I feel like the older I get, the dumber I'm getting.
Yeah.
Like when I'll read a script, like I have to read it like the exposition. I'll be like, and then I'll get to the dialogue and I'm like, wait a second. What was this? Where was this character?
Yeah.
And then I have to go back and read it. And like
But that's
just
called
literally
a bad script, though. Like, if it doesn't hold your attention, it's just probably written all over the place.
that could be true, but that's all. I also feel like I just have ADD, and I'm just
Well, reading puts me to
not
sleep.
focusing.
Let me just say that. I feel you on that.
Every time?
Every time. Like, I'll get maybe 5 good pages in, and I'll feel
And you'll-
that warm. You know when you in church? When you're in a southern church and
Yeah.
you feel that old warm,
Yes,
comfortable
yes.
sleep just overtaking you like hot caramel.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
you think in your body that it's okay to do it, and then you get hit.
yeah.
Oh shit.
And like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I have to get this done. But I feel
that
that
sleep overtakes me every time I read.
Yeah.
and that's across the board with all literature. Like you're talking
Anything.
about books, you're also talking about scripts.
I start reading Instagram captions and I start getting that feeling like that warm.
We don't even have a 7-second attention span.
I pass out reading Instagram captions.
Have the attention span of a gnat.
Let alone a meme. Don't you send me no goddamn meme.
I'll read the top line now.
And take a nap.
Yeah, I'll get to the punchline
Is
after
that a
this
spider
nap.
on the camera? It's a
Is
big
it?
spider. Yeah, it's a big red.
Oh, it is a spider. He's crawling on the cord of the. And how do you guys feel about insects? Do you try to save them? Like if there's a
Fuck no.
spider and you catch it and then you let it go?
I got ant traps in my house right now.
Well, ants don't count.
Shit.
Let's be real here for a second. On the insect hierarchy, like I try to save and release. Like if it's a spider, I will try to catch it, depending upon where he is in the place. If he's like in my bedroom,
I flush them.
you flush,
I flush them.
so you kill him.
If he can swim, he got a chance. That's my rationale.
Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself?
I hope
My
you
rationale. Survival of the fittest.
I think if spiders could swim,
That would be terrifying.
they would be. That also, yes.
You better get
They-
those 8 legs paddling, my
You
man.
know what's going to happen now because you keep flushing all the spiders is that you're going to create a species of spiders that are going to be water resistant. And now,
Oh, well, I've done that already. There's an X-Men colony of spiders underneath the city of Los Angeles. Thanks to me.
They're surfing in Santa Monica right now.
there was a movie called Alligator back from like the 80s where it was alligator,
there.
giant alligator. Do you remember this?
No.
Giant
The
alligators
name
in
alone.
the sewer system. And there used to be in New York, there used to be like rumors of alligators that would come up through the toilet.
I used to hear about that.
Yeah.
That was just a tall tale to
I don't
scare
know.
kids.
Urban myth?
I don't know.
Super
Mal.
urban
Then this
myth.
movie came out and I was like, alligators in the sewer.
Gotta be true.
If you don't
Yeah.
put that toilet seat down, alligator gonna bite your balls off.
And they wonder why kids shit their pants.
I'm lazy. I never I'll see a spider and I'm like,
You just let it go?
I hope you don't bite me, dude.
But you don't ever think about it like, I get paranoid. Like, what if it crawls in my ear while I'm sleeping?
All that shit.
Yeah, all that. See, you have no. I think, you don't think about that?
I'm like, that's gonna be a long
Like, see
journey.
that little ant or whatever the fuck that is on the wall?
Oh, yeah.
I
You
don't
would
like
kill that
shit.
too?
Yeah, I would get rid of it.
Something that small wouldn't bother me, and I know because he's not going to bite me. But the spider, if I saw one in my room, if it's in another room, like if it's in the living room or something like that, I'll
Do
just
you
scoot it out the door.
You just don't want to touch it? Or
Yeah,
you
I don't
just
want to
are-
pick it up. I just
wanna
don't.
Kill.
I don't. I try not. I've killed my share of spiders. Look, but then I do know. I try to respect all life forms now. I try to. So if it's a scary looking spider, the one that's hairy, you know what I'm talking about. The one that looks like a brown recluse.
If you're a spider in Candice's house, you better shave. God damn it.
There's some nair.
And you better be listening to this podcast. Because she's got a plan. She's a goddamn furry spider mercenary.
You are a hairy spider. You better watch out. You better get Dollar Shave Club in your life, you hairy spider.
If you
But
were a
those
spider
are the
who
more scary
doesn't
ones, right?
If you're
Totally.
a spider
I
who
don't
doesn't
think-
want to have sex on the next date, you're not shaving for a reason,
You better watch out for Candice Thompson.
he's gonna murder you.
Yeah. I don't think I care about spiders though, because I grew up in the country, around all kinds of little insects and stuff.
Yeah. So nothing scares you and nothing.
But you know what? But my little brother is terrified of all these animals. He's like, I saw a roach the other day. I'm like, it's summer, it's hot, there's roaches
Yeah, they're gonna come in.
Everywhere.
everywhere.
come in.
Water
This
bugs.
is when they come out.
Yeah, that's when all the insects come out because
Yeah.
they come in trying to cool off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
You got a lot of AC.
I'm like, I know.
Some of that BTU.
Little do they know
Come on,
that my
everybody.
place does not have AC.
right.
Like, it's no safer in here. I'm
Right.
gonna kill you. I'm trying to get better with it though.
Either I'm gonna kill you or the heat of this apartment's gonna kill you,
Yeah,
poor guy.
you're gonna die regardless.
Facts.
I just hear that they say 8 spiders a year climb into our mouths while we're sleeping.
Nah, I don't believe that. That's hogwash. That's like the alligator in the toilet story.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
You think that's?
I think we would know. We'd be poisoned of some sort.
No, because our stomach acid would kill the spider. Once it get down there, it kills it. So
Nah,
you
yo, he gonna leave behind a leg or something in your tongue. You be like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, I just swallowed a spider.
They could be non-poisonous spiders as well.
Nah.
Can I tell you what? Do you guys mind talking about spiders? Because I'm kind of
we're
enjoying
already
We're
it.
talking
legs
about
in.
it now.
Okay, 8 legs in.
Let's go.
Can I tell you the most? I feel bad for the daddy long legs
Why?
because he's so frail. Like he's the flimsiest of all the spiders.
But they're super poisonous. Did you
They
know?
are, but because they're so small and the amount that would come out would not hurt you because they don't have enough in them to do it. But if they were like a tarantula size and could carry more of it, they would be the most poisonous.
Yeah, their legs are made of
They're
crepe
made-
paper.
Yeah, like you could blow on it.
Right.
Like God was like, what are you doing when you made the
Like
daddy
their
long
speaker
legs?
wire, they're stronger than daddy
Yes.
long legs.
Yeah.
I just feel bad every time I see one. I'm like, oh,
There's
And they fast too. Like they
yeah.
yeah, but like.
doing their thing. But
You don't stand a chance. That's
At
why
all.
they have to come inside because I don't feel like they would exist outside.
There's toilet
They're too
paper
frail.
that's more dense than daddy
And a daddy long
yeah.
legs.
And their body is just like a bowl of pus.
Yeah.
That's their whole existence is a bowl of pus with some goddamn. Oh, this motherfucker.
He's right there, Paul.
Yeah, he ready. He ready.
Oh, he's on a web.
Yeah, he ready.
I feel bad for our
Is
listeners
Paul scared of
because they can't
spiders?
see this.
Do you guys remember the movie Arachnophobia?
Yes, of course.
Did that freak you out?
Not really.
Movies are cartoony to me. Those types of movies. Yeah, I don't.
Are there any movies that scare you?
Nah.
Same.
People used to rave about The Exorcist. I'm like, man, that's the scariest movie I ever seen in my life. I literally laughed throughout the whole goddamn movie.
Yeah.
I was like, this shit is so fucking cheesy.
So dumb.
I think you and I share that. We just saw, what did we see?
The Black Purge.
Oh, we did see that. Well, that's not scary.
Oh.
Went to go see Hereditary, and we talked about, that wasn't scary.
Yeah, see, most scary movies now are gratuitous with blood and gore. Like, the true scary movies are the suspense ones, the Hitchcock era. And,
Right, that's what I agree, 100%.
That shit is more...
Birds. That movie was freaky. The Alfred Hitchcock.
I told you that I wanted to make I wanted to remake Birds, Hitchcock's Birds, but with the bird scooters.
What? I don't even know what those are.
Have you not seen those? They're all over town now. They're like these scooters. There's an app. And I don't,
the rental.
You know what I'm talking about. I don't know exactly how. Where does someone just drop? Someone comes to your place and drops.
Nah,
the
it's just
scooter?
be on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
they just leave them anywhere.
But how does it get there? Like, how does it?
You just see them on your phone like Uber, and there's like, there's a scooter
available.
like 2 blocks over, and you walk and you just take it.
It's right next to this bum.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's if I see a bird on the sidewalk, I'll just be like, I can have this one now, and then I just leave it when I'm done with it, and someone else will take it.
Yeah.
And I wonder, does it unlock or something?
It has to. I think so, and I think
you
it's
scan like a QR code on the
yeah.
top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
You would never catch me riding one of those.
I can't see anyone at this table scooting on a bird.
No.
Not doing it.
Hell to the no. Hell
Like
no.
you would sooner see me skipping down the street with barrettes in my goddamn hair than on the goddamn bird scooter.
Yeah.
Like riding like this
Yeah.
and shit.
And you see
Too much
people-
wind in my eyes.
Yeah.
Are you a motorcycle person, Affion?
I
Because
used
for
to be.
some reason I feel like
I used to be. When
But
I
not
was younger,
anymore?
I was into dirt bikes and mopeds and shit when I was living in Germany.
I can feel that from you, and I don't know why.
Not anymore.
Why?
Death.
Yeah.
Them shits is instant death. Like
Yeah.
I've seen motorcycle accidents. I've seen, I know people that have died on them.
Mm-hmm.
So for me now, it's just like, I'll do this car or this,
Yeah.
this safe
This thing that
SUV.
has an
Yeah, I
exterior.
can actually sit down.
Yeah.
and
Motorcycles are deal breakers for me. Like, I don't think I could date somebody who rode a motorcycle
I get it.
because I don't want to worry about you all the time. And that's essentially like what I would be doing. Like,
And do people scrutinize you for that? Like having that as a deal breaker?
there's this one guy who actually met at the Comedy Store cause I was talking about being single on stage, and then like his friend was like, he'll date you. And I was like, he was a nice looking guy, but then, and I was willing to go out with him, but then he did say that he rides a motorcycle like all the time. And I was like, no, I can't do this. And he didn't give me a hard time, but he was just kind of like, that's kind of, messed up. You might like me type thing. And I was like, I get that, but
Does he have a car as well?
I don't know. I mean, I guess
But the
not.
fact that he did it.
But even it
enough.
doesn't matter, right? It doesn't
Like
matter.
for me, it's like if a woman is like smoking weed or drinking.
All the
like,
time,
to
or
me-
like-
No, at all. It's a turn
it's a
off.
turn
for me.
off.
It's a deal breaker for me.
Really?
But I feel like people don't give others the room to have their deal breakers. Like we judge the shit out of deal breakers.
Of course, because along with the deal breaker, it makes it sound like there's judgment, right?
Oh,
It
for
makes
sure.
it sound like
As
I'm
opposed to
judging you as a
preferential.
person. Right, absolutely. And I'm not judging you. Like, if you want to ride a motorcycle, that's fine. It's just I can't. I'm literally saying for my
It's
mental
not
health.
good for my peace.
Right. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
And I did, I smoke weed occasionally, and I do drink, when I'm out. But I understand, like, and I could date someone who, like, drinks and smokes like I do. But I recently did date someone who was a pothead and who also has drinking issues. And it's just deal breaker. Like, I can't. We live different lifestyles. And it's too much that I can't look past.
Yeah.
You was
Okay.
just raised differently. And that's all it boils down to. And we think about like relationships because we complain about how hard it is to meet somebody, but like it is hard to meet somebody. Think about how everybody was raised differently. Think about we're all just feral creatures who have been abused. If you're at a certain age, you've been through some shit.
Right.
That's why I'm starting to really believe that arranged marriages actually
Are
work.
the way to
And
go.
it's the way to go. Like your
Right.
family knows you.
Yes.
They've arranged this person
Yes.
across town who has your needs and your specs, your stats,
Yeah.
Right.
whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah.
And you meet them, and a lot of them are still together. Like
It
to this day,
works.
it works.
I was watching,
We got too much freedom
we do.
in our shit.
And now with all the dating apps and social media, everyone is
Nigga.
just so preoccupied and worried about the next best thing. But I was watching a documentary not that long ago about a woman who, I think she was Pakistani, and she was in America and she fell in love, got married, and it didn't work out. And then she did the arranged marriage thing right after, and they're still together to this day. And she was like, and we're more in love than me and that other dude ever were.
Mm-hmm.
What were you about to say?
I think we're in a time now where everything is so niche. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a guy who is 6'2" to 6'5", who makes this much money and is this ethnicity, and you could put all those.
You read
things
my Bumble profile
into the app, and it's like, boom, there's here are all the dudes I match that.
Yeah.
When before that technology was a thing, you just had to go out and like talk to people.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why it's harder.
But in the same example, that's what arranged marriages are. Like it takes all the profile.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe not so much the height and all of that, but it takes, he comes from a good family. He makes a certain amount of money, same religion, and they put them together and it works.
So I guess the flaw in what we're doing is that we need to have someone else do it for us.
Your family has...
We can't do it ourselves.
Yeah, they have the best algorithm.
And I think that we gotta not get into thinking that we know
What's
best.
best for us.
So it's almost like you have to take the choice out of it from childhood.
Right.
You know, we grow up with all these. And another problem is we live in the U.S., which we have a lot of fairy tale movies and TV shows and books.
That's a huge problem. We need to talk about it. Yeah.
It's not real.
Right.
The love that they portray.
Right.
So we grow up thinking that that's what it's going to be. And that's just not that. So in arranged marriage land, ain't none of that shit. It's like, all right, this is what you need for the rest of your life.
Right.
This is the person that's going to help you build the rest of your life. You're going to meet them at a certain age and y'all work that shit out.
Right. So,
I think it's also because when we're out there looking on our own, we first look and to see physically what we like.
That's all it is. Yeah, we go by attraction.
You know
All
what
the
I mean?
wrong shit.
Yeah.
Right. Because
Instead
attraction
of-
is not
Yeah.
what...
Instead
I've
of-
even read that, like when you meet somebody and you get those butterflies, that those are bad. That's a bad sign.
Yeah,
Because-
I just heard that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and like because our energy, when you meet someone who's supposed to be a good match for you, is supposed to stay constant. Like how we're like how none of us are like nervous right now talking to one another. That's how it should be when you meet somebody that's supposed to be like
'Cause
good
that's
for
peace.
you.
That's
right.
actual
That's
peace.
that's the homeostasis of your natural energy.
Homeostasis?
Yeah,
Look at
sorry.
big word. God
Sorry.
damn. God damn.
Sorry.
I ain't heard that shit since biology class.
You welcome.
Motherfucker. Somebody been reading and not falling asleep. Goddamn comprehension right there, nigga. Homeostasis, nigga? The adaptability to the
What else?
environment?
What else do you guys want to talk about? Deoxyribonucleic acid?
DNA, nigga?
The
Shit.
DNA double helix? Do you guys want to talk?
I actually said that in a rhyme. Like
What did you say? Wait, you said deoxyribonucleic-
Deoxyribonucleic acid. It's a whole, it was a whole,
Do you remember what it is? Can you say it one more time? Like, can you say
the fucking,
The bar.
like the bar?
it was
just
like
the
an
bar.
alliteration type verse I did. I mess around with American melodies. Many of these medley marathon musicals make amenities. I make a point to master the mission of, I can't remember the shit.
It's okay. I don't want to put you on the spot if you can't remember it. Even though I did
It's
just put
easier
him
to
on the
put.
spot.
It's easier to. Yeah, I can't remember the
Yeah,
shit.
it's all good.
Affion, I
But
want
deoxyribonucleic acid was in the end of that shit.
Just trust that it was in there.
Trust
Candace.
it. It was in that motherfucker.
Like mitochondria, son. What?
I put mitochondria in a rhyme too. Chlorophyll. I put that in a rhyme.
Chlorophyll,
before.
more like borophyll.
Borophyll.
You remember that? That shout out
Adam
to Adam
Sandler
Sandler and Billy Madison.
Madison.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Me too.
I wish he would make movies like that again. Those
You
are
get off your ass and you find the fucking dog. Why was that so juvenile and funny?
he still does make movies like that. You're just older now, so the shit's not as funny.
No, dude, because I still watch Billy Madison. It was just on the other day, and I found it fucking hilarious.
But it's
Yeah.
nostalgia.
And
No.
And
That is
what's
it.
the golf one?
Oh, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
And Big Daddy was great. Like those are all really good movies. Like and like as silly as they were, but they were just my favorite part is at the end when he's in the game show part when he's competing against the other dude for the company, and he just gives that whole
Gives that
big
whole
spiel,
soliloquy.
right, about the happy puppy,
At
and he
no
goes,
point during your rambling
"Did you have any coherent thoughts? We are
we're
all dumber
for having
heard you
listened
say
to it.
I award you no points. May God have mercy on us."
He's like, well, a simple no would have sufficed, but
So
okay.
fucking good. So fucking good. Oh, what was I going to say about the dating thing? Oh, so because of what we were just talking about with like having somebody else arrange our relationships, I thought about this, and I just recently had Nick Youssef. I don't know if you know Nick. He's a funny comic. We had him on the podcast not that long ago, but I had him go through the app that I'm on right now, Meet Mindful, and I had him pick the guys for me that he thinks would be compatible.
So he's going to be your matchmaker via the app.
I don't know if he's going to be the matchmaker, but he selected those guys. And one of them I think is a decent match. And I don't know if we're going to meet very soon, but like we already text and I told him when I'm back in the country, we can arrange something. So maybe we're going to see what happens. Social experiment.
why not?
Why not?
Live your best life.
That's what I'm talking about. And I'd rather have someone like him do it than like my mom. My mom. She doesn't know.
Why? What kind of guy would your mom get for you?
Oh, dear God. Well, my mom is a black woman in her 60s. So she's definitely racist. So but towards black people.
Wait,
We've
for real?
talked about this before. We talked about this. Yeah, no, my mom is a light-skinned black woman who grew up, thinking, with that mentality of that light is better. And she's definitely gotten better over the years, but she like has made comments to me when I was dating guys when I was younger. He's so dark, Candice.
You was down for that chocolate, and she was
Yeah.
she hating.
Yeah. But she's an old black woman. So yes, of course that existed.
But your mom hasn't given up, though?
What do you mean? On me and love?
No,
She's given up on the idea of me ever giving her grandkids?
That
Yeah,
would-
she actually has given up on that.
that would be one of the meanest things I could ever say if I met. No, that's not what I mean. My mom, when I was growing up, she's like, you're going to marry a Japanese girl. And she was like about that for a while.
About that life. Yeah.
And now she's just like, just get a grandkid, please.
Yeah, because she knew a black man left her.
It doesn't mean.
She was like, y'all ain't shit.
It doesn't have to be. She just wanted like the babies to be more Asian.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. But look, my mom also was engaged. Before she married my dad, who is another light-skinned black person, she was engaged to I'd never met the dude, but I've heard stories that he was a very dark-complected guy. So I think she's it was a mindset, or maybe. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Because my mom is definitely not one to go to therapy. But that's actually a very good point. I didn't think about. Well, no, she left him. What am I talking about? She left him for my dad.
For whatever reason she left him, it left a mark.
Maybe.
We carry it. Look,
Or
we
we're just
carry a
overlooking what it
lot
could
of
be,
shit.
which is just racism. Just colorism within the black community, which is a real thing.
I don't think she would have dated him if it was racism, though. If she,
But it's colorism, and
it is.
But I think you make exceptions. I think like she could have, and even if she didn't believe them, there people that don't believe things, but they just feel they've been taught this their whole entire
sure.
lives, but they don't necessarily believe. And I think that's just my mom. I don't think she genuinely believes that darker skinned black people are less than. She does not believe that. So I don't want to.
My mom is Caribbean, and she don't like black people in a sense of black Americans, because
Well, of
she'll try to separate and be like, well, black Americans think like this and
It is
think like that.
different.
I'm like, well, mom, if you get pulled by a cop,
You black
you a black American.
American. You live here.
You a nigga,
Right.
in this country,
Right.
That you're talking about so eloquently.
We have so much work to do.
Facts.
How are we going to solve these problems in the black community?
Therapy.
I'm just saying.
Huh?
How long have you been going to therapy?
Unpack your shit. About 3 months now.
Oh, 3 months. That's
Yeah.
fairly new. And you're happy with your therapist?
I love it. I love it. I was the biggest advocate against that shit. I was like, people would be like, man, you should try therapy. Nah, fuck therapy.
And didn't even try
No
it.
goddamn therapy.
Like, and it's the easiest thing to say.
I'm
Fuck that
transparent
too.
with myself.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's what we tell ourselves, right? But then it's like, if it was anything else, you'd be like, just try it before you knock it, right? If I was handing
Right.
you cheesecake and you're like, nah, I don't want this shit, I would be like, just try it, right? And you'd be a reasonable person, be like, fine, I'll try, I'll give it a shot. But like, for some reason, therapy, people have that. It was like poutine. You know what I realized in Montreal? Black people don't fucks with poutine. Have you had it before? See? Have you had it?
It has to be like vegetarian poutine.
Well, of course, because it's made with like pork fat. I think they make the gravy.
But yeah, I've had poutine. It's good.
Yeah, okay. I had it and I did not have the vegetarian
chili cheese
kind.
fries. Those are good.
It's the same idea, but for some reason.
I don't think it tastes the same.
Well, yeah, it tastes different, but it's the same idea. That's like Canadian chili fries.
And that's exactly. And that's why I was getting we were screaming. Me and this other chick, a comedian named Shauna, were screaming at our friend David Perdue, who's an Atlanta comic, because he didn't understand the concept of poutine. And for our listeners who don't know what it is, it's just French fries with gravy and cheese curd on it. Now, I know the word curd throws people. I think that's where it starts. Mm-hmm. There's already an aversion to curd for some reason. Because you think curdled milk and you think spoiled. Right. Also, it's a weird sounding word. But I just think because I grew up with,
I think
little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her curds and whey.
Curds and whey.
So I just kind of grew up thinking curds were just food. But also then I tried it and I was like, this is delicious. So we were breaking it down to David because he was like, nah, I don't understand it. And I was like, it was just
understand.
It's just
eat the goddamn
you have like
gravy
a loaded baked potato.
Pick up a French fry.
Right. It's like we put things on potatoes, like in like chili fries or whatever. It's no different. So
grilled onions.
Yeah. Caramelized onions.
Fucking In-N-Out, the animal style.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
Wait, that has meat on it?
No.
It has grilled onions and
just French fries with
and the Thousand Island special sauce.
Mm-hmm. I would try that.
It's Thousand Island.
Those are pretty good.
They call it special sauce, but it's Thousand Island.
Oh, I would try that.
It's special.
I know Thousand Island when I taste it, motherfucker.
Shout out to Thousand Island dressing if you guys want to sponsor this podcast. And shout out to Poutine if you guys want. Like Poutine is not an organization, you idiot.
It's not a brand. It's a cultural phenomenon.
I did. I am going through poutine withdrawal, and I did have poutine that was not vegetarian because, like, I don't eat meat, but like, and it didn't have meat in it, but it is made with like pork fat or something.
I'm going through poutine
It's
withdrawal.
beef gravy. That's what it is.
I think it's pork gravy.
Or
is it beef
whatever.
gravy? I don't know. Whatever it was delicious.
Right.
And I'm going through the poutine sweats withdrawal.
I'm having poutine withdrawals.
Has it been a while? Just treat this like a therapy session.
Man, it's been a little minute.
Has it? Like, what's a minute for a guy, though? Like 2 days?
3 days. Like
Saturday, Candice.
4
It was
days?
Saturday. It's Tuesday.
The weekend.
An hour ago.
That's hilarious.
Well, at the end of this podcast, which is like right now, we're going to have an orgy.
Whoa.
What?
Is there a spider involved?
Well, Paul
A
killed
hairy
it,
one?
so... Did you kill it, Paul?
I squeezed it, and then when I went to
What
put
do
it in
you-
the trash, it wasn't there.
Oh.
So he's still here
That
somewhere.
shit is up his back.
Wait, you squeezed it and then he was...
Like I crushed it, and then I went.
Well,
to
apparently you didn't.
and it wasn't there.
You didn't crush it.
Goddamn
Now
David
he's just
Blaine
mad.
spider.
Now he's just angry.
How did Paul die? Well, after the podcast, the spider that he tried to assassinate.
Injected poison into his neck. Squeeze this, nigga.
Yeah, crush this, mother.
You guys, I'm sorry. Sorry to say we have to end this session. But I had a lot of fun. Did you guys?
I had a lot of fun unpacking more of my struggle and bullshit outside of therapy.
I'm glad.
I had a good time.
This is like a therapy session, kind of.
It doesn't sound like he had a good
No,
time.
he's just faking.
No, I had a great time. I'm just
You're
like,
full of shit, Mal.
I'm starting to stress out about traffic that I'm about to get.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Man.
Let me.
Traffic is its own struggle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a whole.
it's built-in struggle.
You could
for
have
LA.
a podcast just on LA traffic.
Yeah.
You really can.
In LA traffic.
In LA, yeah, you could. Ooh, good idea.
Comedians in cars.
Stuck in
Doing a
traffic.
podcast.
Stuck in traffic. You guys, thanks for tuning into The Struggle. For my new listeners, if you enjoyed that episode, then please go ahead and tell somebody about it. Please share. You can find me at Jokes by Candice on social media and CandiceThompsonComedy.com. Mel?
Malhall.com, everybody at Malhall on all social medias and Malhall TV on the YouTube.
And Affion?
At Affion Crockett, AFFION, CROCKETT. This is my
That's your-
NPR voice.
I was going to say NPR or that late night radio.
On all social media
Mm-hmm.
at Affion Crockett on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. at Affion Crockett, AFFIONCROCK. You got to put the rhythm in it. It's the cadence.
I hate you. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Peace.